started, where they started to recycle tools, educators, sales leaders, and they started just washing them through different company names, different businesses. And I figured out like that's what I not what I signed up for. I signed up for creating a long-lasting organization of people that wanted to learn together and grow as a team and make each other stronger, not bringing people into a milking farm. I felt like these companies became like milking farms, and that's not what we wanted to do. So with my friends, we decided to run this as we wanted to have. And then we started bringing in professional traders. We pitching them on the idea of them working actually for free. And we bringing people in for free. We wanted to cut the baseline at for free because a lot of places around the world, people don't have 100, 200, $300 to put on the table every month to study. So why should this kind of material only be available for those who can pay? Why not for everybody? And then we saw the people that we have met and worked with. I know I have helped a lot of people. Christian have met a lot of people. And we see that learning the basic skills of navigating the financial market is changing people's lives. We saw in the Philippines, we saw hundreds of examples of people making $200-300 a month extra, which made them able to quit their job. In the Philippines, if you have $300 in the passive income, you can quit your job. I see we have a lot of friends here from Nigeria. Hey, Sonia, nice to see you. And I see Faith there. She haven't put her camera on, but I'm happy to see you here. And I know that if you create a passive income in Nigeria for $300, $400, $500, it will change people's lives. And that vision was very clear for me. I really wanted to do this. So it all started with a vision and an idea. And now, today, less than 6 months later, we have daily users of our free platform in 27 countries. I'm not going to have this as a sales call, and I'm not want to brag. I just want to put a perspective of what we're doing, who I am, and what is my mission and vision behind this project. And I know that I have a lot of people here with me, from Tommy here, Macarena, I see, Makita here, Alex. We're a lot of friends here that share that idea and the vision. And Robert here, the biggest restaurant chef on the border to Norway. And our vision of bringing this out and make it big and make it available, we share that vision, and we work so much, it's insane. Sometimes I forget to sleep and eat, like you have no idea, because when you put this out for free, people understand like, okay, maybe this is nothing, because usually when something is free, it's not worth it. But then some people, they go in, they try and just check it out, and they are very surprised of what we're offering. And then they are like, wow, this is crazy. And then they understand that we're not working for free. Even though it's free for people to use everything we have, it doesn't mean that we don't get paid. But we have made a situation where the sponsors are paying us for providing a service. That's why we don't need to take payment from our members and our student, because the company and the project has outside sponsors financing what we're doing. So it's actually a very good business also, and that makes it even better. So I'm not going to talk too much about this. We are not here for a sales call. I just wanted to give people a perspective of what we're doing. We are here for the introduction to trading. And remember when I say it's an introduction. I'm not going to promise anybody coming out of this call being like a super trader, going back to their computer and just start printing money. I want this class is going to be a very basic class, because I know that you look Freddy here. He has the chart in the background. He knows already. He's been on like 6 or 7 of these, and he knows. We have people here but trading for years, many years already. But this class is not to teach you how to trade, it's to teach you what trading is so you can make a intelligent decision if this is something you want to learn and or if it's not for you. And this is actually your filtering time. It's your opportunity to see what is actually trading about, because you hear it on Instagram, you see it on Facebook. People are throwing around this fake money they buy on Temu, and they sit around in this luxury car they have rented and talk about millions and how rich they are. We all see them everywhere. It's not the realistic thing about trading, but I want you to have a realistic view of what trading is all about, so that when you decide, I am going to learn this, that you have a clear picture of what it is and how you should go forward, and also what the risks are. It's very important to understand that in trading there are risks. So the more you focus on learning your risk management, the better it's going to be for you, because it's not a casino. You're not throwing money at the table and hoping to win. It's actually calculated risk. That's what it's about trading. Trading is not guessing, and it's not like you can learn a magic recipe that just prints money. It's calculated risk. That's the baseline of it all. But let's go through all of this. I know that sometimes when I talk about trading, it might sound like I'm talking Chinese or a foreign language, but trust me, I was there. I know both Christian and several of us here, when we started looking at this in the beginning, we were like, what is this? What does this mean? And why do they put two letters there? TP. Doesn't make sense for me. So I'm going to guide you through this step by step, and it's okay to don't understand anything, and it's also okay to ask questions. I will open the yeah, all the questions, I say Christians over there. We can pump the questions in, and if I see there's a good question that I want to take right away, I will do it, or else we will scroll through the questions when we're done with the presentation. And remember, it's not a sales call, it's just an information course for you to understand what trading is all about. The sale have already been done, because everything you need is going to be served for free here. So remember this. This is quite interesting. The evolution of trading. Where did this start? When we are starting to learn something new, we need to understand where it comes from. We need to understand the origin of something to understand where it's evolving and how it works today. So trading is nothing new, even though it seems new because everybody talks about it and it's very trendy. And it's not something that Donald Trump invented to punish China. Trading have been happening through humanity since day one, thousands of years. We find historical books from Mesopotamia where people had been doing or organized trades. They were trading rice for chicken, textile for spices. In the Arabic countries, there have been majors in trading of textiles, spices. It's so much that have been traded. Some of the biggest trade area of the historical area is still up and running. I was visiting in Egypt in a place called the Old Market. It's been the same for 2,000 years. People are drinking tea and hassling on the street, selling their stuff, bringing clients, and it's been the same for 2,000 years. We have just evolved into technology to the modern world. We're still doing the same. I can trade now off from my phone on the international price of coffee. All of us drink coffee, most of us. And maybe there's some of us a bit strange that don't drink coffee, but most of us drink coffee. We don't think about it. Just make ourselves a cup of coffee and we drink the coffee and enjoy it. We don't think about that it is an international traded product and it can be traded from your phone. Coffee have been traded for thousands of years. Sugar have been traded for thousands of years. Gold, silver. I can talk about lots of stuff that have been traded for thousands of years. It's only the only difference is that it have been bring into a technology world, and it has been globalized. So it's not local anymore. Before you traded your chicken and rice with your neighbors and in the local market. Now you trade it on the international market. That's the biggest difference. And it makes it available for anyone. And when you talk about the timeline of thousands of years, a big perspective, but there's a few uh, tracks in the history that is interesting. And the early Silk Roads, it's really interesting to follow the story. I'm not going to bring you back to the school nightmare with the history classes, but a little bit of history we need to understand where we are. And in the 16th, 17th century, the invention of the candlesticks. If you see on Freddy's background that he has on his video, you see the red and the green candles. We're going to go into details about how to read them much later, but they were invented in the 16th century by a Japanese rice trader. And he wanted to know when was the perfect time to buy rice and when was the perfect time to sell rice. He wanted to know about supply and demand. You hear this, and you're going to hear it a lot in trading, supply and demand. And he wanted to know, okay, now it's a good time for me to get a low price when I'm buying, and I'm going to hold the rice because when they become scarcity and people have eaten all the rice, the price go up and I can sell. And he know how to make more money. So that's already when he started inventing the candlestick on how to calculate the best time for buy and sell. And then you had a time in place, place in time. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. This is my 11th call today, but we're gonna survive it. And we had a place in time with Christopher Columbus. I forgot to put this in here, I think, yeah. And Christopher Columbus, he made a huge impact on the global trade market because he started bringing stuff over the oceans. He started bringing things from Europe to America, from Europe to Africa, India, and things from India, Africa back to Europe. And then we started to get what's called the global trade. That's crazy to think about that he like triggered that, like, okay, we're here in Europe, now we can trade like Indian silk, and we can get spices. We can get gold from the Arabic nations into Europe, and we can trade it, and we can make it into jewelry, and we can sell it in America. And this started to snowball very fast, very, very fast. So we have talked a little bit about the history and a little bit about what trading is. And we have moved from chicken and rice. Now that's just something we order with curry. And now we have moved into most of us are trading on currencies, stocks, crypto, and index. These are the most traded assets. Some of us are trading commodities like coffee. I think commodities are fun because they have some rules that's not the same that the currencies. But you can trade now 24/7 from your phone on these different markets. I don't trade stocks, but in our community we have a few people that trade stocks and have been doing so for decades. Mm. And they can also teach you how to trade and read those markets better. We have some people that are really good at trading crypto, especially in the weekends. But the most traded you're going to see, the most traded asset you're going to see in our community, it's gold. Gold is the one that people love to trade. It's modern, it's tangible. Tangible, it means like if this nail clipper here We're made of gold. It looks gold, but it's not gold. I can weigh it, and the weight determines the price regarding which market price it is. So it's something that I can understand. I can wrap my head around it. If I talk with you about the difference to trade between Canadian dollar and New Zealand dollar, if you're not living in one of these two countries, it's nothing that you can grasp. You don't know exactly what's affecting these currencies, so the prices and the movements doesn't really make sense. But we know if Donald Trump says something about Putin, the gold price will move either up or down. We know when a typhoon is hitting in Jamaica, like we see now, it's horrible to watch. We know that the prices of oil and gold will be pushed up. These things are connected. How the world is reacting to real world events is always reflected on oil, dollar, and gold. And also silver also, but much more on oil and dollar. So these are things that are easier to grasp. When we talk about the indices, here we are sometimes you hear somebody talk about Dow Jones. Dow Jones sounds like a cowboy. And Dow Jones is actually a index of the 30 biggest companies in America. And their cumulated price is moving up or down. And you can trade on them. Then you hear about something called NAS 100, NASDAQ. Everybody heard about NASDAQ. On financial news, they always talk about NASDAQ. And for me, for many years, it was just a name. But the NASDAQ price is a price of the 100 biggest technology companies in America under one price. And their common growth and their value. So when you start understanding what these prices are connected to, it's easy to understand. Like when Elon Musk is doing something stupid and the Tesla stock is going down, his stock is so big that it affects the whole Nasdaq. All of the companies is affected. So these things is intertwined, and we have one educator in our space, a Norwegian that has been working with trade and fundamental analysis for banks for 30 years, and he's also teaching us on the basic line how this thing works and how you can read the market. So when you're entering our space and our application, you will find his classes and recordings there, and I recommend going to these classes. CFD, that's what we are trading. We are trading on the contract of difference. Contract of difference is the price movement between two currencies. I come from Norway, but I live in Spain. So when my mom come to visit me from Norway, she come with her Norwegian money in her wallet to Spain. If she tried to go and buy a burger with the Norwegian money, the Spanish burger employee, he will look at her like, "What are you doing? These paper are worthless to me," even though it's just a couple of hours plane trip away. She need to do a change between from the Norwegian currency to the Spanish currency, which is euro, and that is a forex trade. And between those two currencies, there's always going to be like a difference. Some is stronger for a while. Norwegian is producing a lot of oil, and then euro is making a deal with America, and it becomes even stronger. And the difference between those two currencies is where we're trading. That's the contract of difference. So, as an example, let's say that 10 Norwegian kroner is the same as 1 euro, 10 to 1. She travel here, visit me for a week. She don't spend any money. She just lives on my wallet, eat my food in my fridge, and then my mom just goes back home. In the meantime, the currency have changed a little bit from 1 to 10 to 1 to 11. When she comes back to Norway and exchange her euros back to Norwegian, if she have then, let's say, 10,000 Norwegian when she came, She exchanges that for 1,000 euros. When she come back, she will have 11,000 kroners when she comes home. She made 1,000 kroners out of thin air because in the meantime, the change between those currency had a movement that was profitable for her. It could have been the other way, but luck was in that story that it was profitable. If it went the other way, she would have lost a little bit on that currency. And that's where what I talked about in the introduction, the risk, calculated risk, because you are in a risk of losing. That's why we need to have the calculation clear, the risk management clear, to know when to enter and when to exit. So you are in the profitable area when you exit. So contracts of difference is we are trading on the difference between two currencies. So yeah, again, sometimes I'm in front of my own slides. Buying and selling, it means that we don't need to buy anything to sell it. A sell, I can go into my broker now without buying any gold, and I can put a sell order. And now on the market, because I believe it's going down, it means that I'm actually buying a position like I'm buying a lottery ticket on a horse race on which horse is going to win. So if I buy the ticket on the gold going down and the gold moves down, my ticket is more valuable when I sell it again. So you can actually, that's why I say to people, don't just buy, of course, buy Bitcoin, but don't only buy Bitcoin, trade Bitcoin. Because if you buy a Bitcoin now and you're going to sit and wait for it to go up and it will go down first, you're actually sitting with a losing hand while it's going down. You have to wait then all the way until it passed the point where you bought to be profitable. But if you know how to trade it at the same time, you see that Bitcoin is going down now, it's going to go down a little bit. Okay, let's put in a short order on Bitcoin and let's make some money while it's going down. And when it's at the low and you know it's going to turn, take out profit and then buy a real Bitcoin and enjoy the ride up. It's two different way of trading, but it's two amazing ways to start making money on the financial market. That you don't need to own anything to sell it, because what you're actually doing is that you're putting your money on a position of which direction it's going to go. You can trade both ways. And there, it's a good thing, but also I know that it has been a nightmare for some people because they end up in a hedge situation where they do a buy because they think that the market is going up and then they start going down and then they put in a sell to cover the buy and then it turns again and then they put another buy and then they end up in a situation with a lot of orders going against each other. And to get out of that again, you need help from a professional. So don't buy and sell at the same time if you don't know what you're doing. Uh, I'm going to show you this later, but you're going to put a security measure in your broker so you cut your losses if it goes the wrong way, so you don't lose too much. Leverage is very interesting because the broker we are using is giving us the opportunity to use leverage. It means that when we are trading, like if you have 1 to 100 in leverage, it means that you can purchase in the market 100 times what you have in your account. But again, the risk is higher and the gain is a lot higher. And then you have to do, and the brokers are calculating really well for us what the risk will be. So I will show you later how that is done. But know that the leverage of the broker is what makes it possible for somebody to enter with a small amount of money and create a huge amount of money over time. We underlined it. We're talking about the potential and it's over time. It's not tomorrow morning. Because as fast as you can earn, you can lose it just as fast. And that's also why we're doing the risk. The risk management, stop loss, and calculation of your leverage is very important. Stop loss, again, now I'm talking Chinese. Stop loss is your security in the broker. Oh, here we got the Pipley already. That's interesting. I think I messed up this slide. Sorry, guys, but I'm going to walk you through it. Pipli, now we're jumping a little bit off course. It's a AI that we built inside ChatGPT. She is trained to guide you through the beginning stages of trading, helping you do stuff like lot size risk calculation and lot size calculating, so you don't have to do unnecessary risks. I removed that ebook because we're gonna make one that's a little bit better and interactive. But she's gonna teach you how to do your first trades and also help you create something called a trading plan. You're gonna hear that many times. You plan your trade and then you trade your plan. If you started the other way around, you trade and then you plan your exit, most likely you're going to end up in the losing side. So plan your trade first, use the tools we have, and plan your trades, do your journal work, and then trade the plan. It's going to be much, much better. And this is available for everybody here. In this page, everybody's going to get the access to that if you don't have it yet. So you just go in here and then you click here. Oh, now it's in Norwegian. Can I translate this to English? Yeah, here. Start the conversation with Pipli. And then when you open this, you get straight into a trained ChatGPT and a AI coach, AI guide that you can use. A lot of people is using that even after months because they have some simple stuff. They send her a screenshot and they say like, this is my capital. What is should be my risk management? Tell me which lot size I should use. That's that's an interesting tool. We're gonna make her even better. As soon as I have some time, I'm gonna make her better. Why move on move? One move is our platform, our home base. The story behind the name, I'm not going to go too deeply into that, but it's all about making the first move, making your step into your new era of education, of knowledge, because everything starts with taking the first step, making the first move. No matter what you're going to learn, no matter what you're going to do with your life, everything starts with you making a decision and taking the first move. And that's where we want to be, because we want to make sure that when you make that move in that direction, you're going to have all the support, all the tools you need to succeed. And we all the time is working to evolve this. I'm going to show you guys something crazy. This is out of this world. Now we have built something that's so good that it started to be stupid. Like I talked with a friend today, and it's like I don't even understand how this is possible. What we have created, it started to be ridiculous. Uh, but you have some people, some normal question. Why is this coming? Is somebody have messed up my slides here? But okay, let's go. Uh, does it require a lot of time to start trading and learn trading? Both yes and no. It's up to you what much time is, and you can make this journey much faster by compounding your time, and that means spending more hours a day learning makes the time span from not knowing anything to know what to do becomes a little bit shorter. But that is actually determined of how busy your days are. If you're super busy, of course, try to get 30 minutes of study daily. It will move you forward. And yeah, I'd say that 1 to 3 years from not knowing anything to becoming a really good trader is good. I know that a lot of people they want to make shitloads of money next week, but it's not it's not realistic, because one thing is to learn what button to click, because the trading, the technical part is actually quite simple. I'm going to show you guys, I think it's tomorrow or something. um when you're in your application, there's actually just two buttons on the top of the screen. There's one sell and one buy, and that's it. That's actually all you need to get into the market. So the technical part is super easy, but the understanding of the market is one thing that is a little bit more difficult. And this is also the funny part. The most difficult part of your journey into trading, it's yourself. And I promise you, if you're new to trading and decide to go for learning this, you're gonna have a really funny experience because you're gonna meet yourself in the door like you've never done before. Like, this the mirror conversation you had before with yourself, telling yourself that you need to straighten up and be better, or don't do the same mistakes again, etc., etc. These conversations are going to be brought to a completely new level because you're going to meet you with your deepest inner emotions and lack of psychological control. I say lack because that's what you're going to discover. It's going to make very clear for you what is your weaknesses and what is your strength. And this is some of the things that makes people drop out of trading because it's a bit uncomfortable, because you meet yourself very hard in the door and like, oh shit, I am a gambler, or I am really really easy to scare, or I'm nervous, I didn't know I had these emotions. I have people calling me in the middle of the night and they're like, Richard, why can't I sleep? And I was like, do you have an open order? Yes. Okay, that's the reason. Because people, they think about that order. Our emotions is connected to our money in a very strange way. So when you're risking some of it into the unknown space, it's going to start digging into your soul. And this is what takes the most time of any trader. I know hundreds of traders and they all say the same, that as soon as they started to get emotional control, it started to become easy. And when you ask them, when did you start getting emotional control? After 3 years, after 5 years. I talked with Jeremy, a friend of mine now. He said after 9 years. So he's been through torture for 9 years, been a good profitable trader, started making a lot of money after 2 years, but like it went out of his health. It disrupted his private life because of stress, worrying, anxiety. So already start being aware of this is going to be the absolute most demanding part about learning how to trade. It's to control your emotion. Fear of missing out is one of the biggest mistakes we all do when we start trading, because we hear about the trade, the pings on the phone, a trader sends a signal, and we drop everything we have in our hand because we want to jump into that trade. And then we come in like 5 minutes too late. And then we're like, oh, maybe I can go in now. Maybe I can go in now. Just drop it. Leave it. A trading signal that you're gonna see how is sent out is like fresh product. It has to be now. And one thing that is really good, there's always a new entry. Sometime later the day or the day after, you're gonna get a really good entry that you can jump on. So if you miss one signal, just don't mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's always gonna be a new opportunity. And if you see, if when you start trading by yourself, we have Robert Wernersson here, a Swedish guy that's gonna help us do some classes on trading later. When you start learning how to put your own strategy, not following a professional, but following your own strategy, because you're going to develop some rules. Some have 3 rules, some have 5 rules that they want to see in the market before they enter. So I know a lot of traders have 5 rules. You need to have this volume, you need to have the support or resistance, it need to be a fair value gap, it need to be this, it need to be this. Sometimes you see 4 out of those 5. And then your psychology start playing games with you, like, yeah, but this trade we can break the rule one time and test this trade. Then you're on thin ice because you're breaking your rules and it's gonna be costly. So please keep to the what I said, plan the trade and then trade the plan and follow that plan. What happening with our psychology. We're going to spend some time on the psychology part of this because it's the most important. It's that we get high emotions, and high emotions, that's both happiness and anger. If I make a lot of money, like this made me very stupid. I wake up this morning with $2,700 plus. It makes me very stupid. It makes me stupid because it made me think that I can walk on water. Like now I've broken the code. I can print money. Tomorrow I'm going to be a millionaire. And as soon as these stupid ideas enter my head, I just decided today I'm not going to do any trading at all. Not any trading at all. Just going to leave it away. Not going to look at it and cool down and get my mind on track again. That's the happy emotions. If I woke up today and it was $2,700 minus, what do you think that I would say to myself? What an idiot. You wasted a month's salary while you were sleeping. How are you going to win this back? And then your mind start going stupid again and finding ways to try to recover that loss while you are in an emotional state. Then you should walk away from the trading, don't do any trading, and wait until you calm down and can see a clear plan again. Don't do revenge trading. If you lose, you get stupid. If you win, you get stupid. A lot of people have a problem with that win and loss thing. We understand that revenge trading is dumb because when you go in with negative emotions, it's very hard to make a positive result. But if you have a lot of positive energy and you go in, we do believe that positive energy generates positive results. It does in very much so much situations, but not in trading. And one other situation that I know most of us have experienced, at least one in time in life, that made us very stupid, and that is the feeling of being in love. It's a very strong, very positive emotion that makes us very, very stupid, especially us men. We do dumb stuff when we're in love. And that's an example that we should bring. When you're very happy, you're ecstatic, you have endorphins going through the roof, and you feel like you're invincible, that's when you should be realistic and say like, I'm not going to do anymore today. I saw an example today in the community. Just want to say, I don't know if they're on the call today, but Nicoline, a teacher from Norway, she's a mother of three, I think, and she posted, I'm done for today. And first I saw the text, I was like, oh no, I hope she didn't take a big loss. And I checked, and no, she took a massive win. I think it was $5,000 or something. Incredible. And then I was so proud to see her say, I am done for today. Early in the morning, it was like 9 o'clock. The day just started, but she had such a good night with trading in late afternoon and kept the trade overnight and had an amazing trade in the morning. And she was like, no, today, no more trading. Because she knew my emotions is now ecstatic. It's through the roof. And that's very, 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 very good risk management. Psychology, when you start buying books about trading, because if you're really going into this space, you're going to start buying books because you're going to be very interested in studying and learning. You're going to see that some of the best books written about this is psychology. And I have some recommendations on books on psychology. Now this is an English call, but this book you can get in English also. It's called Surrounded by Idiots. It's how you see other people, but it makes it very easy to see yourself. When you are giving the tools to see other people's strengths and weaknesses, it's easier to see your own. So study, use this, don't stress it. If you're here today because you want to learn how to do trading, because you have some bills you need to pay next week, whew, then we need to have a conversation one to one because this is not the way to do it. Because then you're putting a stress and emotion into a process that should be done with like a complete focus. But if you're here to study, don't let anybody stress you with this study. Some people learn trading faster than others, and some people spend much more time learning trading. I know we're guilty here, several of us, of spending years already, and we're not there where we should be yet. I'm one of them. And it's nothing to be ashamed of that things takes a bit time because we're all very different. So if you spend 1 year and you become a self-sufficient, profitable trader, congratulations. But if you spend 5 years and then you become a self-sufficient, profitable trader, congratulations to you too. It's nobody's, there's nobody's business how long time you use or spend on it. But promise me one thing that you are gonna give yourself the time you need. Don't let anybody else's results or speed or anything push you in any direction. Trust yourself and your own feeling, gut feeling on this learning phase. It's going to make it much more easy if you don't compare yourself to other, because some people learn really fast. And I'm super jealous on these people that comes in 3 months later, they just print money, and I don't understand how they did it. I'm here 3 years later and I'm still studying, but give yourself the time that it takes for you to get to where you want to go. Um, Overexposure, this is one thing that you're gonna experience. It's fun. It's like when you buy a new PlayStation and you get a new game, you can't get away from the screen. You're gonna have that experience also with the chart, because when you start loving it, it's hard to let it go. Like my girlfriend said to me, like she's knocking me from the other side of the bed and like, Richard, can you please turn off the flashing lights because it's red blue is flashing in the roof of the bedroom. Because when I'm watching the chart, you see the buttons on the top of the screen, they're red blue, like a police car. And these flashes on my phone, the whole bedroom, she can't sleep. So, because I can't let the chart go. I'm better at that now though. But lacking a plan, it means that you are trading spontaneously. You're just entering the market because it's fun. And I like the people play because it's a lot of knowledge and experience to have in playing and having fun. So I'm not going to tell you not to do it, but if you're going to do it, make sure that that's not on your main account. Open an extra account for playing and having fun, and not have a big account. Don't risk your house on a play on the fun account. But if you can afford it, have a $50 account that you play on, that you do spontaneous trades, stupid trades where you accept doing errors and mistakes. But don't do that on your main account. Make sure that you have a plan and you follow a strict plan with your main account. Don't over leverage, don't make too much risk. We're gonna do a risk management calculation to make like, so you have like a safe baseline. Try to not go out of that. I know that some of you will do that to recover a loss, but don't do it. Let the recover take time instead of just one position, because when you try to recover one loss with the next position, you're actually in the state where you are doing yeah, revenge trading, and we don't do that. Trading without stop loss is forbidden. It should be punishable with prison time. Freddy, I know that you have been trading without stop loss. Don't do that. Stop loss is what's keeping you safe. That's where you have predetermined the loss that you are willing to take to the win you are want to achieve. So let's say that you have a $100 account and you want to risk 1% to gain 2%. Then you put your stop loss at 1% of the account. It means that if the trade goes sideways, you will only lose $1. But if it goes the right way, you will have earned $2. So don't take a trade that's bad, worse than 1 to 2, preferably 1 to 3. But don't, as a beginner, don't spend too much time on the 1-to-1 trades where you risk one to earn one because you break even at zero all the time. And that's something you can do later when you know when the good trades and the bad trades are coming. Um, so put your stop loss and make a deal with yourself to never break the rule of. For me, it's 3%. And I break the rule all the time, but for me, that's the rule. I try to avoid breaking it, but sometimes that stupid voice in my head come in and say, Richard, recover, double, and then we're risking six. And then when I risk six and it goes sideways, I always usually have already lost 3%. So now I'm up 9%. And then I need to have like three good trades to just recover one bad. So rules are there for a reason. We should follow them. Most important rule, protect your capital. That's the one thing that you should be good at. When you learn how to become a trader, don't focus on being good at making money. Be good at protecting your money. You should be like a soldier guarding your capital, willing to fight off anything that is threatening your capital. If that's the mentality you have, it's going to make much more money, much more fast. And I learned something from another trader, and it's very smart way of thinking. It's difficult. It's something you need to train. But when you go into a position, don't look at how much you can earn. Agree with yourself how much you're willing to lose. If your mindset is on the losing part, like, okay, this trade is a really good position, I'm actually willing to lose 3% of my capital for this trade. Then your emotions will not be destroyed when you reach that stop loss and it takes out 3% of your account because you already agree with yourself. And that makes you more psychological in level when you do the next trade. It doesn't take you out of the game until the day after. Because if you think like, wow, this trade is going to give me 6% growth, I'm gonna at least throw in 3% of my capital because the win here is 6%. It will make the whole week. It's such a good trade. And then when you lose, you're gonna be heartbroken. You're gonna feel like your girlfriend cheated on you, that your dog got run over by a car. You're gonna feel like your soul got crushed. And then you're gonna try to do the next trade and it's not going to be that good because your head is completely ruined. You're actually taken out of the game, and you need to wait until the day after. You need a night of sleep until the day after to get back to focus and be in a level, and then need to start recovering and building up again. So be at an agreement with yourself before you enter the position on how much am I willing to lose. And as a beginner, don't do weekend trades that you put on a Friday because the market closes Friday night at 12, and then you have to keep the trades all the way until Monday because that may take you out. And then it doesn't matter if you have a stop loss. This is a killer because sometimes a war start in the weekend on a Friday. You're gonna notice that some of the biggest geopolitical events in this manipulated society usually happens late Friday evening, and it has an impact on the market on a Saturday while the market is closed. So when you open the market again on Monday, the impact is already there. And if your stop loss is between here, you're going to be taken out up here. And it can be 3 times as high as your stop loss or more. I've seen people burn their account back to zero on weekend trades because Trump got shot in the air on a Friday. Like these things happens on Friday and you break the accounts during the weekend. So you open on Monday and you have a really bad or a crazy good trade. Christian had one last week, I think, on the buy on gold that the market actually jumped when they were up on a buy. It gave you a really good exit on top of a really good position. But that's high gambling. This is not for beginners. Please make sure that you have closed all your positions on the weekend. Only trade with BTC in the weekends on Bitcoin. So the 3Ks, it's completely wrong in English. So when we translated the slide, it was really good in Norwegian. But capital, control, and knowledge. These are the three fundamentals that you should focus on. Knowledge is really good. Technical analysis is all about understanding how to read the charts, how the market looks on the screen. The fundamentals is understanding how the political, geopolitical, climate change, all this is affecting the market, studying the trading as strategies, And yeah, do Shu's classes on fundamentals. Never risk more than 2% per trade. Always have a buffer for learning. Make sure that you're not that guy that feel like I've learned everything. I promise you, the day you come and say like now there's nothing more I can learn, I promise you, you're just in front of a huge loss because the market is developing all the time. And many of us who's here on the call now, we have a mutual known guy from Denmark who had a few million euros on his bank account just 2 years ago. And last week I heard he asked to borrow $500. He have burned down the whole business because he thought that there was nothing more to learn. The market changed and he didn't, and then everything's gone. So be humble for the market, always be willing to learn, always be willing to get some guidance and coaching. Even Shur, who's been trading for 30 years, he said it's very interesting times now because there's so much to learn after 30 years. And that's the mindset that we should have. Psychology, discipline, and mindset. This is so beautiful. I love this. Most people hate it. I love it because this is where personal development come in. That's why we have Tommy. Tommy, he have jumped to a different call now, I think. Yeah, he's not here anymore. He's doing our classes with teaching people psychology, not psychology like putting a diagnose, but the mental understanding of your own mind and brain and how our emotions works. And these things are super good to focus on. And discipline, this when you become good at trading, you become good at discipline, and that will make it better for you in real life. Eat more healthy, go to the gym, do the things that you need. Discipline will be more easy because you grow as a person. Mindset makes you more happy. So learning trading is actually going to make you into a better person. So that's why I always say learning trading is actually the smartest thing you can do, and I'm so happy that we can offer it all for free. Again, 3K, knowledge, capital, and control. Make sure that these are on your whiteboard. I want to have more knowledge. I want to learn how to protect my capital, and I want to become a better person by controlling my emotions, getting disciplined, and all this. If that's a good focus, that's a good plan for learning. Homework for day two. Use Peeply. I saw somebody ask me for a URL. I'm just gonna slide it in here fast so you can check it out. And the person who invited you today, please talk with that person or send me a message so we can send you a link to our sponsor so you can create your trading account, your demo account with our sponsor. So that's up and running. Sometimes it takes a few days to get through the KYC process, but that's why I like to do that on day one already. But start building a trading plan. What should a trading plan have? Let's see. Yes, your personal motivation and goals. You need to know why you're doing stuff. Inside motivation is super important because if your reason is because you need to make thousand euros because you want to go out party next weekend, that's a very bad uh, bad goal. You need to say, I usually say to people, you need to have a why that makes you cry. Like if you want to retire your parents, it's a very good motivation. It's something that's deep inside you. It's a deep drive. There's nothing that's gonna come between you and that goal. So put down a real goal, a good goal. Time commitment. This one is important because everything that's good in life deserves a sacrifice. And if you want to get some good out of this trading space, you need to put something on the block. And sacrifice we always have to do. If I want to have a happy wife, there's always something I need to sacrifice. That's just how it is. Uh, I'm here for you to find out how to get those 30 minutes to 2 hours extra on a daily basis. What do you need to sacrifice? Some people they can sacrifice half an hour of gaming, or they can sacrifice half an hour of watching soap operas. The thing is that we all have 24 hours a day. I wished we could compound our times and take the hours that we didn't use today and push them to tomorrow. That would be really nice, because I have some wasted times every day that I could save that time, put them in tomorrow, and have a better, longer day tomorrow. That would be nice, but we don't. So we need to put some sacrifice in. For me, it's TV. Man, I'm a TV addict. I love watching movies. I love watching series. Like I've seen Breaking Bad like 10 times. These things are things that we can cut down. One episode of some shit Hollywood a day brings freedom my way. Um, Learn how to understand the platform. Make sure that you have your broker up and running. Get your MetaTrader app downloaded on your phone. Find out how you put XAU USD gold into the app. Find out which market you want to trade actually. Risk capital, agree with yourself. How much am I willing to risk? In the beginning, as a student, start with 1%. It's easy to calculate, it's easy to do the math. So have 1% as a thing. And if you work 1% in as a part of your plan and your system forward, it's going to make you a much better trader at protecting your capital. Uh, Work on trying to find an enter and exit rules. I know that these, for a complete beginner, we're talking about stuff here that is completely Chinese. So here I understand that it's not understandable for many people, but these rules we will develop together. When to enter, when to exit, these things are things we're going to make during this time together as part of your trading plan. And evaluation and learning. Do a trading journal. We actually offer a program for anybody who's trading with us. Where is my... What? I lost it. I need to go into the apps. I just enter it here. Oracle. I have Oracle here, and I just log into Oracle. This is for you guys who've been in trading space before. You heard about something called Tradezilla. Tradezilla costs like $100 a month. Our sponsor made this same, just better, available for free for anyone. So inside trades this one Oracle, I can follow my trades and see how I'm doing. This month I'm up 371%. That's a good month. That's a very good month. Daily win rate of 60%. So I can follow my growth. So far, this best day was this day today, $2,700. I had a $500 loss here, $600 loss here, $400 loss there, $600 loss here. So this doesn't come without these losses, because here we're looking at a completely bad account with completely bad risk. And here you have a leaderboard so you can compete against other traders. And here you have a journal. And in that journal, I can go to that trade and I can click it and I can to journal. And here I can write about my emotions. I was happy, and etc., etc., etc. And I start building a journal. We are about to connect a AI to this that is following your trades and will give you feedback. So on this account, that AI would be screaming to me, Richard, what are you doing with your risk management? Uh, so it will be guiding you also here, giving you tips and tricks. If it see you do a mistake and you repeat it, if it see you breaking your rules, it will help you grow as a trader. So this tool is available for everybody for free. It's through our sponsors. So you're gonna get a lot of these crazy tools, and we're gonna help you and teach you how to use them. So do journaling, pen and paper, really good. Digital, even better because you can feed all the data that you have written down into an AI, and you can ask the AI how to coach you. So this is the start of the crazy journey. I already have a different call I have to jump into, so I have to cut this now. But you will have everything you need. That's a guarantee from us. Make sure that you get your broker up and running. Ask how can we get insider information. We have some good questions here. You will get inside information. uh, yes, I can send the presentation. Johanna, where is all the questions? Maybe Richard was crystal clear when asked some weird questions. Yes, yes. Thank you, Johanna. There's no bad questions. The worst questions I know is the questions that people don't ask. Yes, gold is very volatile. That's also why it's good with good risk management, but also why it's a bit scary because gold moves very much. Um, I don't only burn my account, I clear it. Horrible experience. Yeah, I see some. I'm guilty, Freddy. I know. Just going through the questions here really fast to see. Okay, thank you for sharing the link, Freddy. Okay. So then we see each other again tomorrow. If you don't have access yet to this side, make sure that you talk with the person who invited you into the call, and I will make sure that you have access to it. This pink side here, this is for the girls. This is a ladies' space for trading. So guys, don't look. And we have a social area. This is where people are sharing their experience, their knowledge, their results, some tips and tricks, etc. On just being social. We have a general chat here. We made two because we have a community that just speaks Spanish. And here people are, here we see Nicoline, done for today. No, it was not 5,000, it was $1,485 in profit. That's good. Here, 7 days. That was her trade. 7 days, 5,555. How did you get that number? Almost 0.555. That's a good, that's her week. That's enormous. I'm so proud of her. She's really doing a good job. And so here you're going to find people sharing a lot of information from their lives, some experiences, both good and bad. And the inside information you asked about is here. Here you're gonna find the trade signals with guidance and education. They're gonna share Zoom links where they are gonna trade live on Zoom, so you can sit together with a professional trader and trade. We have here from the Swedish guy, they're sending out signals. Andreas, the Swedish guy, is trading with signals and strategies already out, so you can just follow them. Caesar is not sending out any signals, but he's always live on Zoom, so you can follow him and his guidance. And then you have Shur, who have been like trading for these big banks like Saxo Bank and Nordea for 30 years, and is one of the guys who educated banks on how to do trading. So he's going to do classes and coachings and teach you the basics of understanding the market. Here you have another one that gives you inside information. This is an AI robot that he have developed. He is a former intelligence officer from the Norwegian military that uses these intelligence skills to now surveil the financial market, and this looks Chinese. If you do like this, and I do like this, I'm going to show you a trick because it might look completely Greek. And start the conversation with people. Come on, speed up a little bit. Here, make this understandable for a 8-year-old. And it's gonna make it more understandable for you to read and use as a beginner. Uh, and that's a good tool to use because when it's served like this, You need to be trading for a few years to understand what this means. If you ask your people to do it, it's going to be much easier for you to understand that the trade was 100% win and what happened and what they were looking for. So use these tools as a help. So I hope you guys got some value out of this. 13 new messages. Yes, yes, answer. What do you think about copy trading? Yeah, copy trading is good. It's like it's a two-edged sword, because if you go into any copy trading platform, you will see that it's a ton of different copy traders, but you don't know who's behind them. If they're automated, you don't know if they have just made a manipulated robot that is just draining your account slowly, or if there's people behind it that you know. Like we're putting up a copy trading now with one of our professional traders. It means that when he put the trade, you automatically get the same trade, but he's going to do it live on Zoom. So you have an explanation of what happened with the trade. Our partner have their own AI copy trader that we can follow. Copy trading in manual is good. It means that you can copy a signal when Robert Wernersson is sending a signal from Robert's corner to sell gold. You can copy his signal into your broker and copy his strategy. Yeah, I will help you. And yeah, Roseline, I saw you sending to Robert. Robert is here. So connect inside the Circle application, and we are here to help. That's why we're here, actually, all of us. I saw Christian. Are you holding up your hand, or did you just do like Indians do, like a ho ho ho? Yeah, I see your hand is up. Right. You can unmute.
Now I can unmute. I
Yeah.
just, hello, my name is Christian. And I just want to say some things to you, all new person here. And Johanna, you asked a few questions that are very basic, and I want to get through them. And it's the first question is like, what is a broker? A broker is, for me, is like a internet bank. Sorry, my kid is still awake. Uh, and the thing is, wait, two the thing is that a broker is like your internet bank, and you really need a broker to do some trades. So the next question is, where do I find the link to a broker? How do I create an account to a broker? Uh, Reach out to the person who invited you to this call or the One Move community. And how do I start a broker? We have, I think you're all in the One Move app. And if you go to courses, there you have how to know your broker. There we have, I think, 14 videos about how to create a live account, team account, how to connect them into MetaTrader 5, the app that Richie showed you before. And so just go in there and go through all the courses, and then you know all the basic about the broker, how to connect, how to create. So that's all for me, and it's good to see you all on this call tonight. Hope I see you tomorrow. Over to you, Richie.
Thank you, Christian. I almost forgot it. As soon as you put your hand up, I remembered these videos. It's important. You're gonna find everything inside One Move app. So go through them step by step by step by step, and it's gonna help you. And talk with the person who invited you to get the link to that broker. If you don't have somebody that can give you a link, send me a DM on my WhatsApp. This is my number. Save it so you have it. I'm the founder and owner, so please, if something is important and you need to give me a message and I'm not replying fast enough, it's okay to call me. I'm here to serve. So I see you guys tomorrow and look forward to it. Bye.